Have you ever been with a man who was into you, who clearly desired you, who couldn't keep his hands off you, yet deep down you sensed he wasn't all in? Maybe he texted late at night. Maybe he called you sexy. Maybe he even made promises in the heat of passion. But when it came to showing up, to giving his heart, to choosing you above everyone else, he hesitated. And that hesitation left you wondering what's missing. Why doesn't he see me as the one? See, here's the hidden truth most women don't realize for men. Sex is powerful. It isn't the ultimate glue. It can spark attraction. It can create chemistry. It can even make him feel obsessed for a while. But passion without depth fades. And if all you ever give him is chemistry, he'll crave the next high, the next body, the next rush. But when you understand what lies beneath the surface of a man's desire, that's when everything changes. Because men, just like women, have secret emotional needs that run deeper than sex. And if you meet those needs, you stop being just another woman he desires. You become the woman he can't forget, the woman he looks at and says, she's different. She's mine. Think about it. A man can have sex with someone and walk away, but when he feels emotionally pulled, spiritually connected, when his soul feels tied to yours, he doesn't just want you in his bed, he wants you in his life. And here's the exciting part. These needs are not complicated. You don't need to twist yourself into someone you're not. You don't need to play endless games. All you need to do is understand the 4 needs men have that are stronger than sex, needs that ignite his heart, not just his body. So in this video, I'm going to reveal what they are. And as I walk you through them, I'll also share little shifts you can make starting tonight. Things so subtle yet so powerful that they'll light up these desires in him instantly. Because once you understand this, you'll never compete with another woman again. He won't compare you. He won't question you. He'll simply know deep in his bones that you are the one he's been searching for. So lean in, because the truth I'm about to share might just change the way you look at love forever. Here's a secret most women overlook. Men may not always say it, but they are starving for admiration, not empty flattery, not fake compliments, genuine admiration. Think about it for a second. What happens when you admire a man? His chest lifts, his energy shifts, his entire presence transforms. Suddenly, he feels like he can conquer the world. And more importantly, he feels like he can conquer it for you. See, sex can make a man feel wanted in the moment, but admiration makes him feel valuable. It tells him, I see your strength, I notice your effort, I believe in who you are. And when a man feels admired by a woman, he doesn't just crave her touch, he craves her presence. Now, let me make something very clear. Admiration is not about worshiping him or inflating his ego. It's not about praising him for things he hasn't earned. It's about recognizing and affirming the real qualities that make him who he is. Maybe he fixed something around the house. Maybe he worked hard all day. Maybe he made you laugh at the right moment. These might seem small, but when you highlight them, when you look him in the eyes and say, I love how you handled that, or I feel so safe when you take care of that for me, you give him fuel no one else does. And here's the magic. Admiration doesn't just make him feel good about himself. It makes him associate that good feeling with you. He starts to think, when I'm with her, I feel stronger. I feel like a better man. And trust me, men never walk away from the woman who makes them feel like their most powerful, confident self. Let me ask you this. Do you want to be the woman he texts at 2 a.m. because he's bored, or the woman he wakes up thinking about because she makes him feel like a king? That's the difference admiration makes. Now, here's a little tip. Admiration is most powerful when it's specific. Don't just say, you're amazing. Say, I love the way you handled that situation with your boss today. You were so composed. Or, I really appreciate how you thought ahead and took care of that. I feel lucky to have you. Those words go straight to his heart because they show that you're paying attention. You see him. And being seen is something men crave far more than they'll ever admit. But here's the sexy twist. Admiration isn't only about his achievements. It's also about his masculinity, his essence. When you lean close and whisper, I love the way you make me feel when you touch me, you're feeding his ego and his desire at the same time. That's the sweet spot. Admiration mixed with sensuality. It makes him want to be with you emotionally, and it makes him burn for you physically. Ladies, here's the truth. A man doesn't fall deeply in love with the woman who gives him the most drama. He falls for the woman who makes him feel like the best version of himself. Admiration is how you do that. So start small. Notice what he does right. Point it out. Make him feel like the hero of your story. Because when he feels like your hero, he won't just want your body, he'll want your heart. And that's when sex becomes more than an act, it becomes a bond. And guess what? The woman who admires a man genuinely becomes unforgettable. When most women think about what a man wants, safety usually isn't the first word that comes to mind. We tend to imagine excitement, attraction, adventure, things that feel passionate and thrilling. And yes, men do want those, but here's the truth, none of it lasts without emotional safety. Now let me explain. Every man you meet is carrying a weight you can't always see. Stress from work, the pressure to provide, childhood scares he never talks about. Insecurities are so deep, even his best friends don't know about them. Society teaches men to be strong, stoic, and unshakable, which means he rarely, if ever, has a space where he can let his guard down. And that's where you come in. When you give a man the gift of safety, the freedom to be vulnerable with you without judgment, you tap into a need that runs deeper than sex, deeper than attraction. You give him the rarest thing of all, peace. Think about it, he can go any bar or open any app to find physical attention. But how many women will actually make him feel safe enough to say, you know what, I'm struggling today, without fear of being seen as weak? Almost none. And that's why the woman who offers that safe space becomes unforgettable. She's not just a lover. She's not just fun company. She's his refuge, his sanctuary, the place he runs to instead of away from. Now, safety doesn't mean coddling him. It doesn't mean tolerating bad behavior. It doesn't mean being his therapist. What it does mean is showing compassion. It means that when he opens up, even just a little, you don't use it against him. You don't mock him, belittle him, or shut him down. Instead, you listen. You hold space. You let him feel that with you. He can be both strong and human. Here's a sexy little secret. When a man feels safe emotionally, he becomes more passionate physically. Why? Because when his heart relaxes, his body follows. Suddenly, intimacy is no longer just about release. It's about connection. It's about trust. And trust is what makes intimacy unforgettable. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine he comes home from a brutal day. He's tense, closed off, maybe even quiet. Most people would leave him alone or push him for answers. But instead, you walk over, place your hand on his chest, look into his eyes, and say, I'm here. You don't have to say a word if you don't want to. Just know you're safe with me. Do you know what that does to a man? It melts him. It tells him that with you, he doesn't have to perform. He doesn't have to wear the mask. He can simply be. And when he feels that kind of safety with you, he will never want to lose it, because safety is addictive. And here's the key: when you give him safety, you don't lose your power, you gain it. Because you become the woman he associates with peace, comfort, and love. And no man in his right mind will walk away from that. So remember this: yes, attraction gets his attention, but safety wins his devotion. When a man feels safe with you, he won't just desire you, he'll protect you, prioritize you, and love you with a depth that other women will never touch. And that, ladies, is a need far stronger than sex. When women think about what keeps a man hooked, they often imagine beauty, passion, or loyalty. And yes, those matter. But there's something men crave just as deeply, something that makes him light up in ways sex alone never can: playful energy. Let me explain. Life is heavy. Responsibilities pile up, bills, work deadlines, family pressures, the constant expectation to be a man and carry the weight of the world. Every man, no matter how tough he looks on the outside, is secretly craving a woman who can lift that weight, if only for a moment. And that's what playful energy does. Playfulness isn't about acting immature. It's about bringing a spark, a sense of fun that breaks him out of the seriousness of his day. It's teasing him with a cheeky grin. It's laughing at your own inside jokes. It's challenging him to a silly bet, or sending him a text that makes him smirk when no one else can get through him. Because here's the truth: sex satisfies the body, but playfulness feeds the soul. Think about the times you've seen a man's eyes light up, not just with desire, but with joy. Maybe you nudged him and said, "Oh, come on. You know I could beat you at that game." Maybe you rolled your eyes and said, "Is that really your best move?" Maybe you winked when you caught him staring at you. That spark, that lightness, isn't just cute, it's magnetic. Because suddenly, you're not just his partner, you're his playmate. You're the woman who makes life feel exciting again. And trust me, he won't want to lose that. Here's the secret: men don't always fall for the woman who is the most beautiful. They fall for the woman who makes them feel the most alive. And playfulness is how you do it. Picture this: he's had a long day. He walks in the door expecting stress, complaints, or silence. But instead, you flash a sly smile and say, "First one to the couch gets the remote." Or you grab his hand and say, "Dance with me." No excuses. In that moment, you've shifted his entire mood. You've reminded him that life with you isn't just about responsibilities, it's about joy. And joy is addictive. Here's a sexy twist: playfulness doesn't just create laughter, it also creates sexual tension. Think about it: teasing him, joking with him, challenging him, it all builds energy, it builds anticipation. And anticipation is what makes intimacy electric. For example, maybe you brush past him in the kitchen and say with a smirk, "Careful, you keep looking at me like that, and you won't make it to dinner." That one playful line can drive him crazier than the most revealing outfit. Why? Because it's not just physical, it's emotional, it's fun, it's flirty. Ladies, here's the golden truth: men chase the woman who makes them feel free. Free to laugh, free to let go, free to be silly, because in a world that constantly demands they be serious, the woman who gives them play is a rare treasure. So don't underestimate the power of playful energy. It doesn't just make him smile, it makes him addicted. Because when he thinks of you, he won't just remember the nights you shared passion. He'll remember the afternoons you made him laugh, the moments you made him feel young again, the little sparks of joy that no one else gave him. And when a man ties his happiness to you, he's not going anywhere. Here's something women rarely hear. Men want to feel desired just as much as women do. We often think of men as the pursuers, the ones chasing, initiating, proving themselves. And yes, men are wired to pursue, but deep down, every man is silently asking, does she want me, or does she just tolerate me? And that question haunts him more than you might realize. See, sex can make a man feel physically wanted, but true desire goes deeper. Desire is when you don't just accept his presence, you crave it. When you make him feel like you're pulled toward him, not because of what he gives you, but because of who he is. Think about it: when a man senses that a woman is with him just because he provides, or because she's lonely, or because she feels safe, he feels needed, maybe, but not desired. And there's a big difference. Being needed strokes his responsibility, but being desired strokes his masculinity, and that is intoxicating. So how do you make a man feel desired? It's not about grand gestures. It's about the little signals that tell him, I want you, I choose you. It's the way you reach for his hand first when you're walking together. The way you lean into his shoulder and whisper, I love how you smell. The way your eyes linger just a second longer when he takes off his shirt, and you let a mischievous smile play on your lips. Those moments send lightning through him, because suddenly he's not just the pursuer, he's being pursued. And when a man feels pursued, he feels irresistible. Here's a sexy little truth: men don't only want to be admired for what they do, they want to be craved for who they are, for their laugh, for the way they look at you, for the energy they bring into the room. When you show him that you are lit up by him, you flip a switch inside him that no one else can reach. And desire doesn't always have to be physical. Sometimes it's emotional, like when you say, I love how I feel when I'm around you, or I was thinking about you all day, I couldn't get you out of my head. Imagine how he feels hearing that. His chest swells, his smile widens, and suddenly, he's not just thinking about the next time you'll be intimate, he's thinking about how to keep you in his life forever. Because when a man feels deeply desired, he attaches himself to the source of that feeling. And if that source is you, he's not letting go. Here's the key: don't hold back. Too many women think showing desire makes them look needy, but it doesn't if it's genuine. Desire isn't about begging for his attention. It's about expressing your attraction, your appreciation, your craving for him. So go ahead, touch his arm in the middle of dinner, lean in and whisper something only he should hear. Text him in the middle of the day with a simple, I can't wait to see you tonight. Those little sparks of desire, they burn brighter than the most passionate night alone. Ladies, listen closely. A man will sleep with someone who doesn't truly desire him, but he will only fall in love with the woman who makes him feel like her world gets brighter when he walks in the room. Because sex might make him feel satisfied, but desire makes him feel chosen. And every man wants to be chosen. There's one more need men have that's even deeper than sex. And if you understand this, you'll stop being just another woman he dated and become the woman he can't imagine his life without. That need is purpose. Now, let me explain. Every man, whether he admits it or not, wants to feel that his presence in your life matters. Not just that you enjoy his company, not just that you desire him, but that he has a role in your story, a mission in your world. Think about it, men are wired to be providers, protectors, builders. It's not about money or status, it's about meaning. If he doesn't feel like he serves a purpose in your life, he'll feel replaceable. And no man wants to feel replaceable. Here's the secret: when you give a man a sense of purpose in your relationship, you awaken his instinct to commit. You activate that part of him that says, she needs me not because she's weak, but because together we're stronger. And purpose doesn't mean dependence. It doesn't mean you can't stand on your own. In fact, strong, independent women create the deepest sense of purpose in men, because when a man sees that you don't need him to survive, but you choose him to thrive, he feels 10 feet tall. Picture this. Maybe he fixes something in your home, and instead of brushing it off, you smile and say, you have no idea how much I love when you take care of things like that. It makes me feel so taken care of. Suddenly, he doesn't just see himself as your boyfriend, he sees himself as your protector. Or maybe he gives you advice about something you're struggling with, and you respond with, I really value how you see things. I trust your perspective. In that moment, He feels like your guide, your partner, your rock. That's purpose. Here's the truth. If a man doesn't feel like he has a role in your life, he'll wander. But when he feels like your king, the man who brings joy, stability, adventure, and strength into your world, he locks in, he invests, he commits. And here's the sexy twist: purpose fuels desire. When a man feels like he has a mission in your life, intimacy becomes more powerful. It's not just about passion, it's about expression. Every kiss, every touch, every moment becomes a way of saying, I'm here for you, I'm yours, I belong in your world. Ladies, here's what I want you to take away. Men don't just want someone to lie next to at night. They want someone to fight for, to show up for, to feel indispensable to. And when you give a man that sense of purpose, you become the center of his universe, because sex may get his body, admiration may lift his ego, safety may open his heart, playfulness may light up his soul, desire may make him feel chosen, but purpose makes him stay. When a man feels that his role in your life is irreplaceable, he doesn't just want you, he devotes himself to you, he protects you, prioritizes you, and chooses you over and over again. And that, ladies, is the ultimate need, far stronger than sex. So let's pause here for a second and reflect. You've just discovered 5 powerful behaviors that don't just attract a man, but make him feel something far deeper, something most women overlook. These aren't just tips, they're keys that unlock his desire, his loyalty, and his heart in ways he may not even understand himself. Now, here's the truth. Knowing these secrets is one thing, but using them is where the magic happens. Imagine what your connection could look like if, starting tonight, you began speaking his hidden love language, creating that electric spark of attraction while also giving him the gift of emotional safety. He wouldn't just want you, he'd need you. He'd be addicted to you, not out of lust, but because you've become the one woman who touches him on every level: body, mind, and soul. So here's my challenge for you. Choose just one of these behaviors and try it this week. Watch how he responds. Watch how the energy between you shifts. Then come back and share your experience in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. And if you found this video valuable, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell, because the next video will take you even deeper into the secrets of attraction that most women will never hear. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. This is your moment, own it.